What's up, guys? Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with Darky Castle level 23. Nice spooky theme. See what he's got. Alright. So this pulls a different group. Still unsure of what that group is. Although I could probably find out if I wanted to, like... Well, it looks... okay. It's Robo Shieldatron. So this seems weird to me. You can kind of see why too. I mean, the group that you have coming around stands in the area where you would aggro the next group. Like, I would aggro this, but this doesn't really combo well with the Stairmasters. And the Stairmasters coming around a corner like that with nothing to force the hit off. Like, Archer will never get hit by that. A Knight will have a little bit harder of a time, because he's going to have to either pull them across this mouse wheel trap, or he's going to have to run up and aggro the next group and then try to, like, dodge the eyeballs as they come out and just kind of flank around and stuff. So it could be a little bit more difficult for Knights, but Archers will just drop a volley here, and then the group that comes up afterwards isn't really that scary for an Archer at all. Unless, like, if you're going for what it looks like is a time waster castle, I would say that you probably want to drop the Stairmasters just in general, because the volley potential is just huge. You know, like, Smelly Warriors would even take a little bit more time because you'd have to wait for them to get close to the Archer before they could volley them or anything like that. Maybe have one more of those and then, I don't know, Defendatrons for them or something, I don't know. And then you have a Zeke, so it looks like it's kind of a mixed castle, which is fine. It's very similar to what I do. The bear traps seem odd, but I guess it could be good against Knights as well. Although I really think that people should be skewering their castle more towards defending Archers these days, because it does seem like they have quite a bit more of an advantage. Knights kind of have to take damage. Archers can dodge a lot of this stuff. So a really good Archer could take no damage from a castle pretty easily. I mean, he'll take some damage, but the health globes will heal him back up. This bad dog runs way too far out in front to actually benefit you at all. So you'll have to fix that if you want to use a bad dog there. Kind of the same as that puppeteer. Everything comes before the main unit, which is the Scorpio. I can't believe I got hit by that. Oh my god. I'm actually gonna, like, I don't want to use a potion against this, like, at all. But I feel like I might have to, because I'm literally getting hit by every one of these. I do like the mine positioning now, because this mine positioning is actually making it so I'm gonna have to use a potion, because I can't dodge these guys. I don't have enough room in this room to actually get away from these pinball strikes, which is good for you. I don't know if that was actually intended or not, but either way it worked out. Alright, so you have the Imax that has these. Again, they're just so slow, they're so easy to dodge. Even if you're up close to them, you can see it's not very difficult to dodge. You just have to be aware of his attack animation and get out of the way. Alright. These are also really easy to dodge. I wish they were a little bit larger area of effects. That almost hit me. I'm not actually sure why it didn't, but I think I would have only gotten hit by like 3 or so of those eyeballs rather than all of them. I'm not sure if any of this is skippable, because I mean, I'm kind of just killing everything, but obviously, like I say in all of my videos, make sure groups aren't skippable. Seemed like it had a possibility of being there. Alright, so more Defendatrons and Archers. It seems like you have more... You're more skewered towards the Time Waster Castle rather than damage dealing. Although then you have random units like, you know, Archers and Jimbos without any sort of protection or anything like that, which is like pretty easy to kill and easy to get through. So I'm not sure what you're really going for in this castle. It's okay to have a mix, but I think your mix, I don't know, it seems odd to me. Like, this group is pretty easy to get through, but it also doesn't really do any damage to Archers. It has a decent chance of dealing damage to Knights because they have to try to get around the bear traps while the Archers are shooting at them and stuff. But that's really the only issue. Alright, then we have a Mega Mutton. Do we have two others? No, we have a Vamp. Alright. Vamps are a little bit better now than they were before because they do wear you down and they're low hit point or low creature point cost. I still don't think they're really that great of a unit, but it's a little bit better now because if they all hit you, you'll take like 300 damage and then they'll all die to a volley. Like, I still don't think they're really worth the point cost, but they're definitely better than they were the previous patch. All in all, the boss room seems a little odd as well because everything's very valuable again. You really have to like look at the fact that certain units will just die to one volley, and that has to kind of occur to you anytime you're making a group. Like, you can throw in Defendatrons on their AoE shield ability, and that helps sort that problem out. If you throw one of those in with those cheap, you know, throwaway units, the AoE will actually help them stay alive through the first initial volley. So that's something you can think about doing because you have a lot of those groups. So we'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, for number 2 we were supposed to have Talu. His castle level was a 30, and I have like no hope of getting through level 30s anymore. Since I only have 4 potions, I would spend literally like 50,000 gold just trying to get through in revives, I think. So I need level 30s, probably like level 28s and above, to send me a challenge and boost my level up. If you have like a higher level character, you can send me a challenge and increase my level to whatever, like level 30, level 29, somewhere in that range, so that I can actually get through it. So instead we'll be going through into October, castle level 24. So I added you, Talu, if you still like watch all my viewer castles or whatever. I added you. If you can send me a challenge, that'd be awesome. So I figure that there's another group coming. The problem is this this Pete Poundmore was very exposed. It looked very exposed to me. So I decided to come up and actually just kill it before the other group came around, and that's exactly what happened. So that's something that you have to be concerned about, because this Pete Poundmore was literally so out in the open that I could initiate with a headshot, I could have dropped a volley, and I could have just like DPS'd it down before this group would have ever shown up. So something to think about, I guess. You could, you know, move him back behind a mine or something, and just have your spotter out in front, so that way I can't initiate with a headshot. Something like that would make it a lot more deterring for someone to do what I just did. Alright, and then here I can maybe get an angle, but it is good that you tried to block off this angle so that I couldn't initiate with the headshot. That's good. I would say, like, if you were using a bad dog to get this effect on, you could have even put the bad dog on the side and made it so that I have to initiate either on the bad dog or on a Jimbo, which isn't going to take any damage. Alright, so we have a Jimbo. It looks like I aggroed something that was inside the wall. It's a good thing that I kind of sat there and looked for a second, because I wasn't going to wait around. Although I think this is one of those groups where I could have aggroed both groups and not really taken that much damage. You know, I talked about Imaxes in my last video. I just don't think they're worth the point cost at the moment. I really want to use new units as well. Like, I can totally understand people that want to use Imax because they look cool, and like, you really want to like the unit. Like, I really want to like Imaxes, but I just can't, because I like good optimal defenses. If it did come down to like the only effective unit being a Scorpio, then I would have a hard time not just using Scorpios. Like, that's just the kind of player I am, is I want to have the best that I can, you know? Maybe I could do a slowing defense, which would be a little bit more dynamic. But I hate using units that are just useless. Alright, so I like the Scorpio, and I like the fact that it pulls you into the Zeke. It has a lot of, you know, a big chance of bursting someone down and forcing them to use a potion. So that's good. I would say that you should be getting a lot of potion uses out of this group just in general, I think. And I like the way that your castle kind of twists around, and it makes you constantly be readjusting your camera. That's good as well. Let's see, what do we have? Alright, so we have a Scorpio. Unfortunately, your dampener went the other way, so I can kind of just juke around this Scorpio. Not the biggest deal in the world, though. Still good. And it also, you know, has a pretty high chance of having the Scorpio pull you into the next group, which is also good. I've taken way... Oh my god, a crit. Alright. I was about to say I've taken way too much damage. I'm probably going to have to use a potion, and then he crit me. Like, I took 3 bites that I didn't really necessarily have to, because I was expecting to crit myself and kill off the Scorpio. Alright, so this group is kind of weird. I'm trying to think of why you would have your Imax turned that way. I'm not sure that there is a reason for it, or if you just... I don't know. I'm kind of unsure. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that you pull that way. Actually, I think that's probably it. You probably are expecting the pull to come from the Scorpio up here, and then you want the Imax to delay his attack until you're already pulled so that, you know, it hits you. Which is fine and good, as long as it's working. I'm wondering if the... Okay, it does go off. So I wonder if that actually has any effect whatsoever. You noticed when I went through the acid trap, the hawk actually, like, had the... like, the acid animation or the acid effect on him. And I'm kind of wondering if that has any effect with his spells, if you use them. Be interesting to know. You know, if it deals half damage or something. Probably not, but... It's just interesting that they added that on there. Because they didn't have to. Alright, so some Stab Assassins with a Robo Shieldotron on AoE. I don't understand why Stab Assassins don't really stay with their targets. I have a feeling this would be a little bit better against Knights, because they would have to stand there more often. But, I mean, I don't really get their AI. It feels very clunky and weird to me. Like, I understand when they start spinning, they just keep going. But I feel like they should be able to turn a little bit more. Like, they're like light, they're supposed to be kind of assassin units, so you'd think they'd be kind of more nimble than that. I don't know, maybe they could improve it a little bit. Hopefully they do in future updates. But yeah, you notice the Crow has acid on him right now. Just kind of wondering if that affects anything. Right, like as soon as they start spinning, I can just roll through them and have like a ton of time to just deal with that. And then I get hooked and it just pulls me out of the way. Because I mean, by themselves, even if they hit a lot more often, like that's not really a ton of damage. It's not like they're the scariest unit ever. I feel like they should just have better AI in general. Alright, so a Mega Mutton, and you have this nice effect here with the silence, although you can get out of it, and then I have to pull him back through the silence, which is really good. I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to try. Yeah, I couldn't. Okay. Well, that was a test. I wanted to see if I could dodge that guy. Ooh, really nice. Interesting. I don't know if that was intended. I mean, it obviously was, right? So, if you guys didn't realize what he did there, I'm just trying to think how you could have intended for that to happen, right? Like, if I pull him back far enough, the Defendatron is never going to catch up. I think. I'm just wondering how else I could make that work. If there was some other way that I could, like, flank a Defendatron around and have it combine up with a Mega Mutton that was already damaged. Because that's a really cool idea. Basically, you wait for this Mega Mutton to get damaged, and then you try to link this Defendatron to it. So you have to kill the Defendatron, but now the Mega Mutton's already charging. He's already damaged enough where he's charging, which is really, really effective. That was cool. It might have just been kind of a weird, like, wonky thing that happened, rather than something that was planned, but I still found it really cool. Alright, so you have something on AoE up there. I'm trying to get a volley in before his AoE goes off. Looks like I pulled 2 groups. Not, like, the scariest 2 groups in the world, though, because there's a Robo-Shieldotron, so I'll just potion, I guess, really quickly. And I would like to... That does make it a little bit more scary, though. Just die, Pete Poundmore. Thank you. Alright. The rest of this shouldn't be too big of a deal. But yeah, the AoE made it a little bit more annoying to kill the Pete Poundmore, and I potioned again when I was trying to rotate. Okay, so I mean, this group is obviously more geared towards being annoying to warriors rather than me. And then Zeke, Scorpio, Dampener, and Enrager Puppeteer. I think that's a good boss room, has a good chance of dealing a lot of damage. Unfortunately, I ended up like opening up with a crit on your God, what's it called? The Defendatron. I think if you could probably protect your Zeke and Defendatron a little bit more, like put everything more towards the back would probably be better. You don't want somebody to be able to open up with a headshot if you can help it, right? Like some people will go too close when everything's back farther. Although I think with camera rotation it makes it almost impossible. Like I don't think I have this group pulled from this point, and I could probably see everything. So there's probably nothing you can do, really, to block that off, unless you put like the Scorpio in harm's way or something instead, which I don't think you want to do that, so I think it's fine. Good castle overall. I had to use 3 of my potions, although one of them was a mistake. Pretty good castle. Had a lot of opportunity for burst damage and stuff like that. We'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, lastly we have Thatstrangeguy, castle level 24 as well, or also, I don't know. Was the last person 24? Not 100% sure. Alright, so first off we have a Imax. I like this placement on the Defendatron. Makes it really annoying for me to engage this. I have to start it off with a volley, even though it's not going to do much damage. Oh, and then he's going to do that. Can I get a shot in? No. That's really cool. I was able to attack him with normal arrows, but that's got to be so annoying for a knight to deal with. There's no way a knight can stand right up next to an Imax. Like, he's got to pull him around with lashing flames and stuff. So that was a good placement. It was pretty obvious what was happening, so I just have to pull back to the next room, and then I can go in here and like dodge these, or take every single one of the shots, and then volley it. Can't believe I get hit by these so much. There we go. I'm still not good at dodging the Scorpio with this ability. I'm not sure why or what aggroed this Jimbo, but I'm gonna have to use a potion here because of it. Alright, so that was pretty annoying, Scorpio being there. The Jimbo I think is fine as well. I guess the Jimbo must have been over here. I must have killed the Snotter up here, and that aggroed the Jimbo. Must have been what happened. So that's similar to what I used in my castle as well. I have this room with a Jimbo at the end of it. I don't really remember what specialization this guy was on. Okay, heal. So the heal puppeteer like this, obviously, he doesn't make it to the fight in time. Like, however far back he is, probably out in this corner, this Mega Mutton's up way too far. If I pull him into the next room, he'll never get a heal off. Well, probably against other people with lower DPS he will. So I guess against lower DPS it's worth it, because they'll start DPSing down the Mega Mutton and then realize they have to switch targets. Alright, we have... looks to be a pretty valuable group. But I'm not seeing, like, there should be more here. Like, where are the other archers or something? I think this is a slightly empty group. You have 6, and then 4 is 10 and 14. Yeah, there should have been a little bit more on this group. Not sure why you didn't have it all there, but I think it's okay. Although I think you're trying to do too much utility in this group. Like, you have the Punch Drunk and the Cyclops to try to make one archer hit. I think that's way too much trying to commit to one archer shot. I would rather, if you're going to do it like this, I'd rather have 2 archers or something, rather than the Hunger Bot. Alright, so again, Volley's OP. Zeke with a Defendatron. I'm going to try to jump through it. I like this group a lot, though. It has a lot of damage. Alright, a Pete Poundmore. I've never really had trouble with Pete Poundmore on my archer. Unless I got hit by that, then I might have died in one shot. But yeah, I think Pete Poundmore's lost a little bit of his strength these days. I don't know why. Like, I'm not sure if there's a stealth nerf or something, but it just seems like 2 patches ago he was amazing, and then he just randomly got really bad. I don't know if it's a level thing, and like at the level 20 area he was really good, and now he's kind of just being scaled down because of the weird scaling that goes on in this game. Like, I think level 20 was his rank 4, so maybe he got a bigger stat increase there, and that's why he was so powerful for me at level 20. Not really sure. That was close. Alright, so again, you had kind of a Defendatron that wasn't quite ready to link up right away. It let me get a free headshot on the Jimbo there. I don't know if you can move this Defendatron just slightly closer or move the Jimbo slightly closer to him, but if you can have one Jimbo out here, and then both the 2 supports behind the walls, I think that makes it a little bit stronger, so I don't auto get, you know, damage done on Jimbo there. Here, what do I want to do? I think just kill off the Jimbo first. And then I think I can out DPS the heal on this Mega Mutton, especially if he's charging towards me like this. Because I can keep the healer here out of range. I don't know exactly what you can do against that if someone plays it like I just did. Obviously they wouldn't 2-shot the Jimbo like I did, but you can kite Mega Muttons pretty far out. I've done it on like level 30 castles before. And you just kite them as they're charging towards you. The healer can't stay in range, so I don't know, that might prove to be a problem using heals in Mega Muttons together in the future if people start doing that. But yeah, that is number 3, so we'll end the video here. If you guys enjoyed what I do, please subscribe. If you want to be a part of Viewer Castles, you can email me at frenzycastleruns. You can comment on my castle or comment on a video. That's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.